Today, the quality of life in the U.S., as well as the people's income, is declining. The recent government shutdown is proof of how poorly our so-called democracy is running. What are we Americans to do?
Hi, I'm Skylar here with my group of Jacob, Caitlin, and Tierra, here to tell you why you should choose monarchy.
I know what you're thinking. Isn't monarchy the government that our founding fathers revolted against? Yes, it is, but monarchy has come a long way from then. Monarchy then was almost like a dictatorship with only the king or queen in complete rule. Most had the country's best at heart, but some didn't. For example, King Ivan IV, or Ivan the Terrible, 1530 to 1584, was the Tsar of Russia. He sent a region of terror upon his country because of his hot temper and violent outbursts. Now monarchy is ruled with the parliament or Congress to keep that from happening. As so does the Grand Duke of Luxembourg, Henry, who is the current ruler. He is a married man with 4 beloved children and loves his country very dearly, and does what he can to make things better for his citizens.
And you may be saying,
So, what is there to stop a monarch from behaving exactly like a dictator?
enter the Constitution under a constitutional monarchy. The monarch must follow the set guidelines and cannot misuse their power. Still don't believe me? Then try listening to the word of Thomas Hobbes. Thomas Hobbes believed in a strong monarch to lead over the country. In his book, Leviathan, Hobbes talked about the need for a monarchy, that it was the only true form of government. He also talked about a social contract between the monarch and their people. This social contract would involve the people giving up some of their rights in exchange for protection from the monarch.
If that still doesn't convince you, take a look at this graph. The graph that is shown here is comparing the countries. These countries are not only categorized by government, but by the absolute richest in the world. Let's look. The countries in red are monarchy countries, Luxembourg, Qatar, and Norway. The countries in green are democracy, US, Brazil, and Switzerland. And the countries in blue are dictatorship, North Korea, and Equatorial Guinea. As you can tell, the ones in red are a drastic change compared to the ones in green and blue. What does this information tell you?
Still don't believe me? Let's take a look at another graph displaying the average income of citizens in different counties surrounding Washtenaw County. You can see that Washtenaw has a fair amount of income. Washtenaw has a higher income compared to Wayne, Monroe, and Lenawee County, but Washtenaw has a lower income than Oakland and Livingston County.
Here's another reason to consider monarchy as your new government. Most people consider the fact that a monarch stays in power till their death a bad thing. But is it really? With a monarch living their whole life in power, they can learn from past mistakes. Not to mention that monarchs are taught how to lead their nation from birth, which gives them a lot more time to figure out how to be a leader, as opposed to, say, a president, who, even though they have past experience as some other form of leader, they have no experience leading the entire nation.
You clearly have seen a democracy is not necessarily the best type of government. The decision making takes a very long time, causing a lot of stress to citizens. While having a monarchy government, the decisions are made quickly and easing citizens of confusion and stopping from being misinformed.